Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the cabin. This is Q&A. Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the cabin. This is Q&A Sunday This is Q&A Sunday number 9. I'll get back to these as I shut some of these fans off. Whew. Got a little crazy in here for a minute there. I wonder what the R factor was on all of that. All right, first question. How are the ticks at the New Hampshire cabin? Well, I haven't seen a tick in about 5.5 to 6 months. But seriously, I haven't. But that's because the snow's been over my knees. All right, let's see. All right, seriously. The ticks, they're really not too bad. We have them here. And we don't really do much for tick prevention. I rarely wear any bug spray unless I'm out fishing and I'm just going to be standing still on the side of a swamp or a river or something. But we really rely more on tick searches. Frankie comes in, he gets a tick search, find a tick, pull them off. And tick searches can, be fun if you have the right partner. You make a little game out of it. Just don't call her geothermal. That was a fun little skit to do we did there last Sunday.
Vertical CO2! Vertical! Vertical! What is it now?
All right, number 2. Do you still have the Kubota? No, I don't. I was on the fence about keeping that, and I wanted to keep it, but man, we had to downsize and trying to get rid of stuff, and it was just too much. So I had to start letting more and more things go. In fact, I still get the black Jeep, my other Polaris Ranger, my boat and stuff in New York. That's all going to come up here. So I got rid of the Kubota, and I'll probably replace that. Can't say it's going to be a Kubota, but I will buy another backhoe. Because I got a lot of site work to do over the other property and a lot of stuff to do here. So I'll probably buy another machine at some point this year. We'll see how that unfolds. Lots of questions been coming in about hunting. They've heard me talk about the bears that come in the yard. They want to know if I bear hunt. You've seen footage of the moose. They want to know if I'm going to hunt moose. And how's the hunting here. And then there's also assumptions that people have made and have posted that they can't believe that I don't hunt anymore and how come I don't hunt anymore and things like that. Well, those are just assumptions. People don't see it in the video and then they just make assumptions. I've never shown you my underwear drawer, but I do have one. So, just because you're not seeing it in the video doesn't mean I'm not doing it. Did some hunting last year, got meat in the freezer. I just didn't want to take the time to carry tripods around and all of that. But we'll be doing some hunting this year and most likely have some hunting videos for you. As far as the moose hunting, yeah, we're a good moose population around. It's a lottery basis, and I'm going to be putting in for the moose lottery this month. Well, next month. So, wish me luck on that. And as far as bears, yes, I do intend to hunt bears. And the moose and the bear and the deer, I'm going to bow hunt, because that's what I do. Yep. Now, hunting up here, people want to know how the hunting is. It's a lot harder than New York. Okay, this is all forest out here, and it's miles of it. And we have a very low deer population compared to New York. Now, New York is all farmland, and of course there's a lot more deer in the farm country. So here, especially to get within bow range, hunting in the forest, you have to do your homework. Lots of scouting, hanging the stands, finding whatever you can for bottlenecks and funnel zones and stuff like that. But I've hunted New Hampshire all my life, and I've hunted these woods all my life, and I've done pretty well here. Yeah, we've got some pretty big deer out here. They're few and far between, but in the past I've gotten some really nice ones. A few in the record books there. And yep, some really nice bodied deer here. And I think what I'm going to do is, since I still have the cabin in New York, is I will go there in the early season and satisfy my needs for meat, and then just kind of hunt more of a trophy basis here, because I just assume let the majority of the deer walk here. Hard winter up here and lots of coyotes, and I don't want to take many deer off the mountain, so maybe take one and then get the other tags filled in New York, and yeah, see how it goes. We'll see how it all pans out. Yep. Okay, here's a you should moment. You should run a pipe from the well and pump the water upstairs instead of carrying it. Save your muscles. You're no spring chicken. Well, contrary to common belief, carrying the buckets of water and doing the firewood and all the other things that I do manually is what will save the muscles. You start ignoring the physical labor and just pushing levers and pushing buttons is how you lose your muscles. So I want to be able to continue to do my work. I enjoy cutting the firewood. I enjoy going to the well. My dad carried those buckets of water when he was in his 70s, so I'm not going to quit in my mid-50s. Yeah, but the system we have here works, and I don't have a problem doing it.
I'm carrying buckets upstairs. Make sure you call 911. This little water tank system made all the difference in the world here. Just simplified everything. Takes 2 seconds to carry the buckets upstairs, you know. It would take me probably 30 minutes to pump it up here. But by having this tank, I don't have to have the buckets stacked up everywhere in the camp, you know. I don't have a problem carrying the pails up here. And then it's gravity feed down to the sink, and it's so much handier and more sanitary than other methods. I don't got to use any pumps. I don't got to use water heater, nothing. I mean, it's just fantastic, especially when you wash your dishes and then you want to rinse them. You know, simplified the process. It made a really big difference in this lifestyle up here. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you wear that torn red shirt all the time? Why don't you just throw it away? I know I've had that question a lot. That was a you should too. I should throw that shirt out. Well, let me tell you. Back in 2005, today's the anniversary of it, actually. But back in 2005, is when our house burnt down, and we lost absolutely everything. We didn't even have any clothing, didn't have a toothbrush, no clean underwear, no socks, just the shoes on our feet. We had absolutely nothing. And, you know, trying to go to the store and buy clothing, and all you wanted was something that was yours, because when everything's taken from you, that's what you want, something old and familiar. So after staying in a motel for a few days, we went up to New York, which that place was just a little shack in those days. It was when I first started the project, and I was only using it as a hunting camp. And I had some old clothing up there, and that red shirt with the torn sleeve was one of them. And being able to put that on offered a heck of a lot of comfort, because it was something old and familiar. So since then, I have cut the sleeves off but I have no intentions of throwing that shirt away. It's offered a great deal of comfort. Yeah. Okay, one more quick one and I'm going to wrap it up. Folks know that we live pretty remote. Up here in the winter, our vehicles are parked 2.25 miles away. So there's been questions like what we do for winter storm preparation. It's a good question. Aside from all of the obvious things, like I want to make sure I have enough firewood, food, and propane, but those are just good things to have. Be prepared no matter where you live in the winter time. Okay? Primarily, up here, you have to prepare your mind for it. Okay? It's all about your mindset, because there are times when 3 weeks go by and not one single snowmobile has gone by the cabin. And the snowmobile that we have is not a trail breaker. It requires a packed down trail to get out. So if no sleds have gone by for 3 weeks, then we're locked in here, and our only transportation down the mountain would be on snowshoes, which is fine. But when you need stuff, you know, I don't really want to have to do that. So if you're the type of person that needs to run to town every day or every other day, you go out for lunch, go for coffee, go here, go there, you're stuck up here in a cabin for 3 weeks at a time. If you don't have the proper mindset, you're going to go bonkers. You're going to be very unhappy. So it's not for everyone. But regardless of how simple we live up here, it's a lifestyle I choose, and I love the simple lifestyle. There are a few things that I don't want to be without. Okay? I don't want to be inconvenienced. There's a few things I don't want to be without. That's coffee. Make sure we have plenty of coffee. Coffee creamer. Yeah, I don't drink it black, but I will if I have to. I do have powdered creamer on hand for emergency situations, but yeah, I'd rather not have to go that route. Honey. I like to put raw honey. I don't use much sugar anymore. In fact, I haven't used any sugar in quite a while. So I use raw honey. So coffee, creamer, and honey. So right here, I don't want to be without this here. And wine. Yeah. Like to have a glass of wine in the evening. Take the pressure off. When you're living off the grid, there's certain safety precautions you learn to take. Like buying wine, for instance. You buy it in a box, so when it goes flying off the sled at 30 miles an hour, it doesn't turn your evening happy hour into a hazardous situation. So I guess that's it for now, folks. I want to wish you all a happy Easter. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. All the best to you, and God bless.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go. There's a porky way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss.